Hello everybody, Ryan here, your vegan dietitian. I wanted to show you how to use tofu because it is one of the most requested things that I have. So what do you do with tofu and how do you make it taste good? So that's what we're gonna cover today. So first, we're just going to take our tofu and open it up and dump out the extra water that's in there. So you should just be left with your block of tofu. So once you have that, we're gonna use our handy dandy tofu press. You don't have to use a press. I just personally prefer it because this is super easy to use. It's the same shape as the tofu. It has 3 different parts. So you have this little container, which is gonna catch all the liquid. You have this, which is what the tofu sets in, and it has holes on the bottom so it just can drain right through. And then you have the top part, which is what goes on top, and you connect it so then it like kind of presses it. And everything is super compact, it's super small. So I really like this one. You can get it on my Amazon page. I have tried the traditional, just taking a plate with some paper towels and cans, and I just don't like the way that it presses. So this is just what works for me. So what works for you might be different. So we'll take our tofu that we have here, and we're just gonna put it into our tofu press. So from here, I just kind of, and we'll just put it into our tofu press. If it goes in crooked, not a big deal, kind of just line it up, and it should look like this in your tofu press inside this green part. So this is what it looks like before. You're gonna take your connector, put it on the top here, and then you'll connect these, it's hard to do with one hand, but you're gonna connect these straps down to the second one is what I always use, and then just pop this in the fridge and let it set for 2 hours. So in 2 hours, we'll be back to see what it looks like. So we'll take it to the fridge. So it's been about 2 hours and now we're back. We've got our tofu, which I just took out of the fridge, and we're just going to take out some of the liquids. So I have this jar here. This is how much came out earlier, and so since we've been pressing it, just going to dump more of that liquid into there. And you don't have to collect it. I just wanted to show you how much liquid comes out of the tofu. So this is why it's so important to press it, because if you don't press it, this stays inside of your tofu, so then your tofu can't absorb the flavor. So the more you press it, the better that your tofu can absorb the flavor. So here's this. You can make aquafaba with this. You can do lots of things if you want to reserve it. Okay, so from here, we're just going to take off, I flinched, but we're just gonna take off these little straps and look at it, and it's much smaller, you can see, than what we started with. So I should clarify, if you're making a tofu scramble or something where you're just putting it in a pan and the heat can kind of take out that liquid, you don't need to press it. But if you're cubing it or doing anything like that with it, you're making tofu steaks, you're making marinated barbecue cubes or whatever it is, you'll want to press it. So this is what it looks like pressed. It's super small, and to cut it, I always just cut it like this a bunch of times, and then I always cut it in half so that my cubes are smaller. So this is how you press tofu. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you have any questions, please just let me know. Have an awesome day.